Inflation, rising healthcare costs, and underperforming retirement accounts. Oh my. There's some retirees considering re-entering the workforce.
But hey, before you go back to work, there are some potential implications that you need to be aware of.
And we have Tom Neumann from Drake & Associates joining us live this morning to tell us what you need to know before you unretire. And Tom, what's so interesting about this is that you wouldn't think that going back to work could actually cost you money, but it can.
It can, and one of the biggest reasons why people are choosing this right now is because on average since the pandemic, about 10,000 baby boomers are retiring every single day across this country. And we've had to battle inflation, and that's been a big hit in terms of budgets and how much people are withdrawing from their savings. So they're looking at alternatives, but before you do it, you do want to know the financial ramifications of doing that.
Okay, that makes sense. And it's a pretty big percentage that are unretiring.
Yeah, about 16% or so. It might not seem like a whole lot, but
That's a good chunk.
When you think about the millions of baby boomers who have retired over the past couple of years, it is quite a big figure. But the first thing that you want to consider is required minimum distributions. So a lot of individuals have been doing savings in their 401k. A lot of that is pre-tax money. So when you go to utilize those funds in retirement, it's taxable to you. So if you go back to work, you're only increasing your income. Another thing is a lot of people don't realize that their Medicare costs, once you hit age 65 and you go onto Medicare, is based upon your income. So if you go back to work, even part-time or consulting work, which is a lot of what people are doing, you're increasing your income from that, and it might send your healthcare costs through the roof.
Yeah, I was just reading in the notes that you sent us for today. I mean, we're talking like hundreds of dollars that people could be spending just by going back to work.
Yeah, the other thing is, you know, from a Social Security standpoint, you can take Social Security as early as 62 all the way up to 70. But if you turn it on and you haven't reached what the government considers your full retirement age.
Right. Which for most is what, 67?
It's somewhere between 66 and 67
Depending
for most
on
people.
when you were born.
Exactly.
Right.
But if you make over a certain dollar threshold, they will actually claw back some of your Social Security payments because you are out there in the workforce.
Okay.
And the last thing is just the tax rates are changing. You know, the Trump tax cuts that were put into place are scheduled to go up in a few years. And so if you do tack on more income, you might be paying a lot more in taxes than you ever thought.
Oh.
So those are a lot of the reasons, I guess, maybe to reconsider an unretirement situation. What do you think are some of the reasons to go back to work? Like, when is in a situation is it a good thing?
Yeah, what's the upside?
Yeah.
Well, if you look at who is actually retiring right now, I mean, these are individuals who are products of the Great Depression, right? Their grandparents, their parents raised them, and they were built on savings as a priority and work ethic. Okay. And so a lot of these individuals, baby boomers, they took a lot of their social things from their work environment. So they're at home, they're kind of bored, they want to get back, they want to be contributing, and on top of that, they just don't feel like they can sit down and put their hands down.
Yeah, they're getting bored.
They deserve it, but I get it. You know, I totally understand why people are reconsidering it because it's been a big part of their life.
Right. So you just have to be careful what it is you're doing. You may end up spending more than you're making, and then you might want to look at maybe you volunteer.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yep.
And then you don't have to affect your income.
There is a lot of great organizations that need not only financial help, but just people help, right? And labor and time.
Right.
So volunteering is an awesome way to give back to the community during retirement.
Right.
Yeah.
Or just get paid in cash. No, don't break the rules.
Tom, thank you so much for coming on and talking about this very important subject today. We learned a lot.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be back. Stick around.